Hello there, welcome to Wealthmatic, your regular dose of wealth and millionaire inspiration. Here we talk about everything related to money, wealth, and success. Feel free to chill as this is a place for you, future millionaires out there. We know that many of you are on your road to financial success, so welcome to our success tips video. We wanted to create a list of activities that poor people do that keep them in mediocrity. Please take all of this with a pinch of salt and keep in mind that it is only meant to get you thinking about your current life and what you may do to improve it. Make a list of these and see where they may develop in your own life. There are lots of exceptions to these rules, as there always will be. We will not be always in control of the things that happen in our lives, but being mindful of these routines and activities might give you a little advantage. And if you decide to keep doing them, maybe you'll get closer to all your goals. Here are the 15 things that poor people do that the rich don't. Number 1. Let's be realistic. Who does not want a nice pair of jeans or a lovely black dress on sale? When people see the word sales in malls, their eyes get bigger and they hurry to that sales section, thinking they got a good deal. But little do they know that these marked down prices are still a bit expensive. Also, the only thing you need to purchase at a discount is stocks. While the rich bother themselves with increasing productivity and value, the poor tend to waste their money on trivial things such as clothing. By buying clothes on sale, you're just trying so hard to look like someone who cannot afford to pay the full price. Number 2. Poor people often have no money in their savings. Having money when the emergency comes allows for growth. Let's say something bad happens. When you have money saved for a rainy day, you can enjoy the rain. If you don't have anything saved for any life event, you might be sacrificing some of your assets, like your car or your house, and you might also get a loan. When the crisis is over, the wealthy are left in the same situation as before, minus their savings. Poor people's lifestyles will be seriously affected, or they now belong to the lender. Others that have money set aside now have the possibility to enhance their life, while those who do not can't afford to do so. Number 3. In their younger years, poor individuals wake up later than affluent ones. In the beginning, poor individuals are frequently lazier than the wealthy. However, we understand that the above sentence may irritate some of you much. However, statistically, this is the case. Someone who makes the most of their youth is far less likely to be impoverished later in life. Instead, if you get up late, you just don't educate yourself and waste time on insignificant pursuits. You'll eventually fall so far behind on what the world requires of you that you will become unhappy. The paradox is that individuals who do not value growth in the early stages of their careers wind up working far harder and with lower success rates. Number 4. The poor watch a lot of television. To put it in another way, you're probably poor if you have time to watch reality TV. It never ceases to amaze me how much time impoverished people spend watching pointless television. It's one of those enticing diversions that won't let go. If you watch TV every week as they air, you're probably viewing too much television. As a result, your life is simply as it is. You might say it's a luxury, and you'll say, well, I'm watching Friends, which is a hilarious show that helps me unwind. Well, that is precisely the problem. Instead of dealing with and getting rid of your issues, you disengage from them by watching too much TV. But seriously, should staying indoors and staring at a screen become something you like doing? You could argue that the only purpose to watch television is to keep up with what's going on in the world. The issue here is that television channels are constantly skewed to match their narrative. Instead, utilize the internet to catch a short peek of what is going on in the news today before going out to do your thing. Number 5. Poor individuals do not visit their physicians on a routine basis. We've already known the significance of good health. This is a very crucial element. People do not have their health tested on a constant schedule. Let's imagine you're diagnosed with a tough illness, such as a chronic one. If you have frequent checks, you'll be able to detect problems early on, saving money on therapy. On the other side, if you fail to do so, you may only find out after it's too late. It will be quite expensive for both of you and the rest of the family. You might put your life at risk regardless of how much money you possess. Number 6. We originally mistook this for a crafted truth because poor individuals don't turn up as frequently as affluent folks. However, it shows out to be correct. And when you consider it, it explains a great deal. The majority of today's modern occupations are in the hospitality sector, where social companionship is required for a productive exchange of value. Individuals who do not maintain decent basic hygiene will eventually fall behind their peers in terms of competitiveness. People are less inclined to believe them, and it all has repercussions in their personal lives. What type of companions will you draw if others dislike you and wouldn't want to be near you? Precisely? It may sound absurd, but the first move to prosperity should be a shower in the morning. Number 7. Fast food is consumed by the poor. Many poor individuals have little desire to know what's really in their meals, even though their wellness is extremely essential. If you don't know what a nutritious dinner might seem like, or if you don't know much about nutrients, you'll risk getting health problems. Poor human minds are bombarded with excessive fat and sugar that have little nutritional benefit. They are intentionally destroying their bodies, and as a result, they are unable to function to their full capacity. If you're not in good health, it affects every element of your life. Number 8. Sports are very important to the poor. The fact is that there's no motivation to watch sports unless you're a pro player or the proprietor of one of the clubs. It's the same with TV. It's a form of distraction from everyday life. Consider it this way. You're placing yourself in a situation where you, as a person, have no bearing on the show's result. This behavior then becomes ingrained in you, and you become a viewer in existence rather than a player or an entrepreneur. And that's when you start condemning others when you've not done anything at all to improve yourself. Number 9. Poor individuals utilize credit cards or borrow money for goods they don't need. One of the most significant disparities between the rich and the poor is how they use debt. The rule is straightforward. Don't apply for a loan to acquire anything that won't make you any more cash than the loan. That's all there is to it. If you're going to utilize credit, be sure it's for investment. Don't take out a loan to buy expensive furniture or gadgets, unless you're swapping these items for a gain. Number 10. Poor individuals tend to have more children per family due to a lack of education, poor living conditions, and other causes. And they have them at a relatively young age than their wealthy colleagues. While the wealthy wait a few years for their standard of living to rise before ensuring the perfect setting and ideal circumstances for their kid to thrive, the poor simply go ahead and do it. When the baby arrives, the struggle begins merely to keep the newborn alive. It's nearly tough to stay floating and grow beyond simply existing. Number 11. Poor individuals think that others should support them in their quest for success. Nothing is owed to you by the rest of the world. Nobody can accomplish it. It's true, accept it or not. You're on your own in this. What occurs in your life is completely under your control. The truth is, everybody feels they will be great when they are youthful. But then there's reality. Only the finest of the best get rewarded in our society. Those who never give up. Those who continue to learn, adapt, and accept that no one will fix their issues for them. Along their path, they may find others who share their feelings and share portions of their adventure with them. Instead, you'll join the majority of the public who are destined to fail. Number 12. People who are poor waste money before they receive it. Buying things before you have money is one of life's greatest pitfalls. Your life begins to gradually decline the moment you take funds or incur costs before you can pay them back. You can't afford it if you don't have the cash for something you're ready to give up without it hurting your life. Return to work and then hustle. Number 13. Poor individuals lay their woes on others. How many individuals do you encounter that have some type of explanation or criticize other causes for their failure? While certain events are beyond our power, you are in charge of 99% of your career. Keep in mind that you are in command of your life, your connections, and your own well-being. If you want things to change, take action. It is not what occurs to us that defines our lives. It's how we respond to the events that occur in our lives. The poor prefer to victimize themselves when anything terrible happens, while the wealthy examine it, research it, and try to figure out what occurred, why it transpired, and how they can prevent it from happening again. While one takes the role of a helpless victim, the other exploits it as a springboard for growth. Number 14. Individuals who are poor associate with other poor people. You understand that you are the total of the 5 persons you spend the most time with. If you're accompanied by 4 poor people, who is the 5th? Connection is one of the ways that individuals ensure that they remain poor, or socializing with other poor individuals who encourage their negative ideas. You need individuals in your life who will drive and excite you, who are achieving fantastic things in themselves, and whose achievement will only urge you to go above your present situation. Don't be hesitant to leave a busy situation and pursue something a little more interesting. If you wouldn't, individuals who would like to feel good about their wretched life by seeing you suffer the same destiny will most likely squash your ability. And lastly, number 15. Poor people never carry out their plans or realize their full potential. You do not influence who your parents are, where you are conceived, or how people view you. Only one thing you influence over is how many hours you devote to your ambition. Every human on the planet has just 24 hours in a day. Nonetheless, some people do much more than others. It's only a question of time before you gain results if you apply yourself to implementing more about what you're enthusiastic about. Do you realize how many companies fail since they never get off the ground? Every one of them, to be precise. If you have a concept, build it, test it, receive advice, refine it, and release it over and over again. We hope this video shed light on some of the things in your life that needed changing. If you know someone guilty of any of these 15 habits, feel free to show them this clip. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss out on any future videos.